Excuse me. Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Stellaris. We got a bunch of people randomly surveying through our territory, and I can't really do a whole lot to stop them right now. Got a new ruler here. Let's see who got elected. Our admiral got elected, so Sands Dark Wanderer to become the next ruler. Does mean we need a new admiral. Let's go ahead and pick one out. These are pretty crappy admirals, but whatever. Let's go with Fedorov, so I can make a Fedorov class ship next. Alright. So we're getting an absolute crap ton of minerals per month. Our income otherwise is not that great, and I do need to find some way to supplement it just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and clear this tile as well. But yeah, we're kind of in that position now where we're getting a bit rolling though otherwise. Let's see here. Yeah, no. We're sort of getting as much money as we possibly can from these places, but I definitely need a little bit more. Ah, this is perfect. So we get an extra bunch of good things here. This is also quite strong. Regenerative hull tissue is quite weak. I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, so Fleet Academy and the Grand Fleet. The Fleet Academy, chance to hit, tracking, and fire rate just as a thing for all of your ships. And I can enact the Grand Fleet anytime I want to. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to slow this down a bit and check out what else we've got here. So this is nice and cheap too. So that's a very, very good bonus for our ships. One of the things that we need to check here, we are upgrading our spaceport because we have got access to our cruisers now. Let's go ahead and design one. I was actually checking out designs already. So the thing about cruisers is that they will be your frontline ships. They tend to fly out into the front of your fleet for some reason or another. So it's actually a good idea to get ones that are based around point defenses. I could even go for very, very full defense later on by getting, I think, another... I think you can get more point defenses later on these things. Maybe not actually, but... this one is going to be called the Aegis class. It's going to be a little bit like that sort of Aegis class destroyer. But the point of this is going to be to fly out to the front, be tough and durable. It's also got a fairly good short-range weapon in those armored torpedoes, a couple of those fusion torpedoes or missiles to throw out to just sort of confound point defenses, and it's got 2 point defenses and a scout wing. Scout wings are capable of acting also as point defense essentially. So basically they can do a little bit of blocking. This ship costs 673, which is an absolute massive amount of cash to have to pay for a ship there. We can, however, go to our other ships and check them out a little bit. We could upgrade the shields at this point in time for our ships, which could help us out just a tiny bit, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. What the hell's our mandate right now? Orbital research, okay. Well, I think we've got plenty of opportunities for that right now. In any event, over here, things are kicking off, it looks like. I think that these guys are going to get wiped out pretty much completely. Leaving us sort of in between some fairly powerful states. This one is still only superior to us. These guys quite a bit more powerful to us. I'm definitely going to probably need to get the plus 200 naval capacity perk later on. Alright, so our station here is done. We can start building the Aegis class, and you can see that even though we're getting a lot of minerals, that absolutely crushed the amount that we had in store. So that's fun. Let's go up to slower, or normal speed rather. So yeah, even though we're going to get a crappy building unlocked here, I'm really hoping for something a little bit better at this point in time. Maybe we can find also a better scientist, because this one's not great. Not right now, okay. I could get another explorer scientist, but...
Research complete. Tile blocker cleared.
Okay. Can get the antimatter missiles. Could get the crystal infused plating. I'm gonna get this. It'll stick around for quite a while, but that's fine. I would like to get the crystal infused plating just slap into the augmented tile, because we got a bunch of those, and otherwise aren't going to be able to use it really. I'm going to actually go ahead and just kill these fleets off with our big fleet here. Well, why don't we wait till the I don't need the Aegis actually. The Aegis is a point defense ship, and the point defenses aren't going to be useful against that type of enemy, so not that important really. I will, however, need them for this fleet, because I'm pretty sure that's a pirate fleet, and I'm pretty sure those pirates have got a lot of missiles. Okay, so takes about 7 months before we can afford an Aegis class, and they take a lot less time than that to build, so alright. Let's see here, we lost our research here. I don't need another leader right now, honestly, because we're almost at cap, and I can get pretty good leaders anyway. The odds of us getting a good leader out of this is not necessarily great, so we're going to search every nook and cranny. We're going to get a big boost to our laser research here. Cold and empty. It's a little bit of temporary shelter. Critically graded the impermanent structure. The equipment functionally cheap and to be abandoned is well used, and the local data banks are filled with detail, but ultimately mundane accounts of the planet, as well as the simple experiments that were carried out in its harsh environment. A mountain mostly barren and others may be partially hollow. More alarmingly, science officer Julia Bergmeister reports that the sole inhabitants of the outpost, the mysterious exiles, gone missing, is nowhere to be found. Puzzling. Okay. I wonder if that's going to lead to other quest bits. That'd be interesting. Well, either way, I'm perfectly happy to have taken all of that science off of them instead of anything else there. Where was that? I think that was around here, so... yeah, it's just a random scientist decide to go off and research stuff. Now, that might lead to other consequences later, I don't really know for sure, but for now that's okay. So, to actually get a good chance of blocking enough missiles, I probably need something like 4 Aegis at least. And we'll be getting a lot more of them later. So, later into the game, the way that it works is your cruisers are your frontline ship, and then behind them are the corvettes, which can also be quite tanky from a different perspective. Then after that are the destroyers, and then finally you've got the battleships. So your damage-dealing ships are actually your destroyers and your battleships, while the cruisers and the corvettes are kind of tanky ships against 2 different types of weapons. The cruisers are good against defending are very good at defending against missiles, and if they happen to be built as point defense ones, because they can have quite a bit of point defense and they can be fighter carriers. And of course they're also the tankier ships. They've got quite a bit of hit points, they can have good shields. They're not as tough as battleships, obviously, but this means that you can avoid actually building tanky battleships. You can save a lot of money by getting fairly fragile battleships as just very long-range powerful weapon platforms, and you can get sort of destroyers as long-range powerful weapon platforms as well, with a large and a medium weapon. And then have just the swarms of corvettes designed to keep the enemy tied up at close range, being very, very difficult to hit and high evasion. So if they've gone for powerful weapons with low tracking, your destroyers are going to be, or your corvettes are going to be able to sort of fly circles around them and avoid getting hit. Whereas if you've got lots and lots of ships that are very, very good at tracking and good at swatting down light vessels, the cruisers are going to be very hard to kill with them. So I like going for that combination where you've got the tough point defense ones which are good at stopping missiles for my cruiser class, and then having behind that corvettes that are very good at evading any other weapon types, so that they're going to have a hard time dealing with both of those at the same time. Eventually our destroyers are going to be just switched over to pure offense type ships though, with minimal defenses, and then we'll after that go for battleships that are also kind of designed along that philosophy, I think. Let's get another Aegis class. Got the UV laser now. Honestly, I don't actually like necessarily the plasma throwers. They're good, but their weapon tracking and accuracy is quite bad compared to the lasers. So they're not necessarily a great weapon in some respects, and their damage isn't much higher. What they're good at is they ignore way more armor. But I tend to find that armor's not a huge issue, so we're going to go ahead and get colony ships here. If I can pick up terraforming, we're going to be able to start colonizing a lot more planets, so that's sort of why we're going for that. Sometimes takes a very long time for those techs to crop up, though. It's going to take even longer because I don't have the best sociology science research here. Okay, yeah, I could definitely do with some more of the of these guys. But let's go ahead and clear this so I can switch around one of my
System survey
boxes. And down over here.
Construction complete.
Okay.
Anomaly found.
That puts us at 907 for that Arctic terrain. Oh, that reminds me. Let's go ahead and get the mining network. That's fine. But more importantly, we can go ahead into here, check our government, because we now have an extra civic pick because of what we did. So I could do something like take environmentalist. This means that all of our guys get minus 20% cost on the minerals for that. But it might actually be better for us to take something like mining guilds to increase our production by 10% there. Or I could even get efficient bureaucracy, which would increase our planetary limit by 2. I actually kind of really like efficient bureaucracy in many respects there. Lets us get to quite high directly controlled systems without having to do too much. But mining guilds could definitely be quite powerful for us. Let's actually see what we would get from that. We would get an extra 13 minerals, which is a pretty big chunk, but I think we can actually get more by taking efficient bureaucracy, so let's go ahead and reform our government. Now, unfortunately, we can't get rid of syncretic evolution, which is, you know, fair, but also it would be kind of nice if we could. That would have been pretty nice. Get our construction ship down here doing something. I don't know what. We'll get them up here to do that research station, and hopefully we'll have enough to start putting down some defense platforms pretty soon, because probably need them. Also, our science ships are just so overtaxed. I really want to get one more, but they're expensive and they cost us like one of those valuable leader slots that I really like having access to. Because if I need to get a general, well, I guess I could fire one of my scientists if necessary, so there's always that option. Alright, I want to see if I can see one of the torpedoes being launched. Alright, we're seeing some lightning coming off the void cloud there. It's probably going to wipe out a couple of my corvettes here. Actually, no, it seems to be switching targets there. And it warped out. Very strange. Terraforming candidate discovered. Okay.
Construction complete.
So it either warped out or something else happened to it, but didn't actually stick around there. Very strange. Oops. Okay. Alright. Now, one of the other things is you do kind of want to gain lots and lots of energy, because it costs a ton of energy to actually build
Transmission.
mutual research agreements. I agree. Okay, that'll be good for us. But yeah, if we can get lots and lots of energy, we'll be able to do terraforming, because it costs like 5,000 to terraform a planet, which obviously we can't afford right now. We're not even really gaining very many energy credits right now. So increasing that is kind of important. It's not like the worst thing in the world if you're not producing a lot of those, but could definitely want to gain more of them. Alright.
System survey complete.
So I definitely feel like for some reason our proles are falling behind in sort of the reproductive whatever, but I think that next planet that we do, we're going to populate specifically with them so that they start populating it faster, and then we can sort of catch up. I think that's actually why they're so far behind. But in any event, we're at 36 out of 43, so we can actually build one more of our cruiser classes here. Of course, we have to be able to afford it. Yeah, let's just wait till we can afford that. Now, a lot of our stations are quite powerful, our spaceports. They're mostly sort of level 2-ish, and they've got 1,500 in firepower. Part of this is because of the synchronized defenses. Synchronized defense is a big boost of firepower for these stations, but still, they are fragile. They will go down very quickly, so I do need to augment them pretty quickly if I think I might be getting into a fight. It's just that right now the Aegises are a little bit more flexible, and since I'm not yet at the naval capacity, you sort of build up the naval capacity, and then you, after that, quickly get to quickly build up the other stuff. I wonder where that void cloud actually fled off to.
Construction complete.
I should probably build a port here. Actually, I have got a port here already. I could have actually fled my ships over to here. The thing is, though, that since I'm kind of in the point where I've got...
Incoming transmission.
this is going to be a declaration of war. Ooh, they're going to give me Urantic crystals for vapor. Okay, that's a good trade. It means our energy weapons, which we have got some, are going to be 15% more powerful, which is nice.
Research complete.
Crystal infused plating, fantastic. I think that first of all we're going to want the cruiser assembly yards. While I am building a couple of cruisers, we can really increase the cruiser production once we're getting it for 10% cheaper. I think that building 3 without the discount's fine though, because you end up building like dozens and dozens of these things.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Okay. Damn, stubborn. It's a negative trait, so never want the negatives. Let's go ahead and grab this station here. Fleet Academy, great. Can increase habitability. We're again not getting the stuff that I want out of these the scientist. We're gonna get the remove wildlife thing so that I'm more likely to get a new tech, like, because we'll get a new tech once that clicks, and maybe the new one will be a lot stronger than what we saw there. Alright. What I want to find is like a sector that has like 10 energy or something like that in it, so I can form a colony outpost beside it and get all that. Okay. One more Aegis. Okay. Well, that's kind of nice. It's in our borders, I think. Yeah, but I can't get as many plants as I want until I can get that terraforming up. I can still get some of these though. I think this Arctic world here is worth colonizing just because we are going to be gaining access to these other 2 planets, the Savannah world and the Arid world, so I'll be able to get 3 planets for 1 there. Even though none of them are great planets, it's pretty okay. Yeah, that's sort of the same. That's an ocean world, desert world, tropical world. Alright, so here I actually have to make a bit of a choice. I have to decide sort of which tree we're going down. Honestly, I think prosperity is actually one of the better ways to get a stronger military in a lot of senses, because you can gain access to this fleet logistical core, which is reducing your ship upkeep by 10%, which lets you have that larger fleet, and also the standard construction templates also lets you have a larger fleet. The opening bonus is pretty weak though. Harmony is the other one we want to consider. Plus 10% happiness is actually quite meaningful. It gives you a big boost to all of that other stuff. Oh right, I was going to finish Discovery. I just realized I didn't actually finish that yet. This bonus is crap, but that's fine. Polytechnic education is actually quite good, and faith and science is kind of okay. It lets you get sort of the semi-harmony bonus without having the same sort of path, but it's okay. It's not great. Alright. So once these guys get to station, I should be paying a lot less in upkeep, which is nice, I guess, but after this, we can get 1 more destroyer. Probably want one of the Hunter class, I think, and then maybe get another torpedo gunship. Or I could get 3 more torpedo gunships, honestly. Let's go ahead and get the destroyer. Alright. Merge you guys all together. And we've got a nice 2,000 firepower fleet here. So, pretty okay. Alright, that's all fine. That's all fine. Yeah, I really need more of these guys. I'm going to switch these guys around so that we've got the better mineral tile being done by the better miner. Might as well get Cloud Lightning since the research on it's degrading pretty quickly. The only thing was I thought that maybe I could get a little bit more out of it by taking out those other void clouds, but one of them didn't seem to drop any research, or it warped out. I can't really tell which. I'm thinking it probably warped out, but who knows for sure. Alright, one of my scientists leveled up. Who cares? Like, it's the kind of crappy ones, so... Alright.
Construction complete.
Then after this, we're just going to get, I think... Oh, actually, we can get another Aegis now. Could also get the Fleet Academy, which would improve all our ships by a decent amount. 5% fire rate is pretty meaningful, as is chance to hit. And fire rate, especially since we've got some laser weapons. Obviously, it's not going to matter for our...
Construction complete.
I wonder if you can stack that effect. Like, I wonder if you can get multiple fleet commands. Fleet academies. Well, either way. For now, let's not worry about that. Let's get one more, I guess. Would like it if I had the fleet capacity to build this as well as a much more offense-oriented cruiser. Because right now, like, it kind of sucks to have these defensive cruisers as your primary, but they help later on as the hope that you go for in sort of larger fleet battles, and they help in the macro sense, just that it means that your firepower suffers. Okay. I think these were all 2s. Yeah. Looks like there's a 3 here. Alright, so we'll build that mining station next. I'm seeing some pretty good energy clustering around this area, but nothing like super good. Like, we're not seeing a 10-point energy thing or something like that. Which is kind of what we need. Alright, let's get the, oh wow, that's actually a really good planet for research. I thought that was split across 2 planets, so I thought that wasn't really worth it, but... Okay, man, again, crappy stuff. I'm gonna get the farming subsidies because our farming rate is good, but it's a cheap tech, so it'll cycle through them faster again. Just keep doing these cheap techs to cycle through until we get something that we want, and we do need those gene techs before these people wipe themselves out with a nuclear apocalypse again. Okay. I should look to actually see if I can find just really ridiculous world for nothing but... that does nothing but mineral extraction, and then I can send trolls off to that place. Alright, let's get mining networks level 2. It's not really something I'm going to be using just right yet, but it's still pretty good. Alright. Yeah, they don't have any minerals really. We might have to send proles off to a planet that's less than perfectly habitable. Something like here. Ooh, yeah, this is actually a pretty good planet for them. One of the things you can do is you can sort of diverge the species with genetic modifications and make it so that they're more acclimatized to this type of world, and you can do it for just the ones on that planet. So that actually could work out pretty well in our favor. Alright, there's our fleet. Let's go ahead and wreck some pirates. One hopes. Wow, that's so much upkeep that our fleet's now, because we were paying less, I guess, in upkeep than the advertised rate, I suppose. Alright, basic research. Nothing really here right now. Alright, let's grab this tile, I suppose. Alright, we're missing the technology. Crap. Okay, I guess we just build for now a power plant here, even though it's not very good. Oh, someone else destroyed those pirates. Crap. Alright, we're gonna send this fleet over to here. See if we can kill something. Like, we really do want to kill something here. And mostly it's just because it does provide us those little bits of research opportunity that we can't otherwise get. Silicon life forms, okay, that's not that important, but it's pretty good. So I think we've actually dramatically increased the amount of resources that we've got in our borders thanks to research. Mining network 2. Am I at war now? Let's go ahead and get the basic bombers and stuff like that here. Okay, no. Star Hunters and the Independent Commonwealth. Yeah, so these two are now at war. The problem is that the ones that I don't want to win are the ones that are likely to win this. They're now just considered superior to me, though. These guys are also considered superior to me. So it could be a lot scarier, but I definitely don't want those guys getting closer to my borders. In any event, though, let's go ahead and build a colony ship. We'll build it for the Deary. We'll send them off to that planet that's not that hospitable to them. And hope for the best. Okay. I think we're just gonna have to hold off on all of that right now. Okay. The problem here is that I actually haven't found any systems that have like large Betharian amounts on them. Sometimes you get planets that have these resources that let you build more advanced special types of power plant, and they're far, far more powerful than the standard power plant.
Construction complete. Incoming transmission.
It's like plus 10 or something like that. I'm going to decline the star chart thing because I want to be able to do exploration. Because exploration gives me more science. If we exchange star charts, then I can't do the surveys. And I don't think it counts as a survey. So, alright, let's check here. I'm wondering actually if the pirates are moving or if they're getting destroyed. But it really does look like they're getting destroyed by something. Like, I should have been paying a little bit more attention, I guess, to whether or not other factions were heading into my space and sending war fleets. There we go. Alright, so we can check out the effectiveness of my fleets here. You can see that they've got actually quite a bit of firepower here. You know, this might be the same fleet moving around or something like that. Okay. In comes my ships. Now I have a sneaking suspicion that these guys have missiles, so our 4 Aegis classes out front here, you can see. And we've also got a bunch of, oh, we can see some particle accelerators. So yeah, our scout ships are going out and destroying some of these missiles. They're basically a point defense type ship, rather than a more offense-oriented one. So we can see that there's just a lot of firepower being negated outright by that. Looks like their ships have actually inverted. They've got their corvettes have run out front because they're a little bit faster, but they're getting absolutely hammered. So we've apparently lost 3 of our ships. It looks like we're losing our corvettes, which is fine. They're pretty cheap to replace. Yeah, so our little fighter craft here are doing a fantastic job of keeping us even safer than we would be. So I think we would have taken a lot more damage if we didn't have that. Alright, all their corvettes are gone, so this is now just a matter of cruisers and destroyers versus, and our corvettes still, actually. And you can see those torpedoes coming out now. Boom. Big hits from torpedoes causes a lot of damage. They go through shields, they go through hull. Very effective weapon. So if I can get out of this without losing destroyers or cruisers, then I'm going to be pretty happy. And all they've got left are their 2 cruisers now. A lot of their firepower is tied into those ships, though. Ooh. You can see that big torpedo volley hitting, and I think that did a lot of damage to them. There goes one of them. We did lose almost all of our corvettes in this attack, actually, which is pretty expensive. But honestly, I'm not going to worry too much about this. What we're going to do is actually shift away from having very many of those corvettes, because they're just not really too important for me. Okay, let's go ahead and colonize that. Drop this thing down here. grab one of our science ships that's not really doing a whole ton. Alright, so we'll research this first, and then get to continuing along with our survey of this stuff. So yeah, we lost a lot more ships in that attack than I thought I was going to, but actually a lot less than it could have been. 1,800 power fleet is nothing to really scoff at, so... I think that we speed up here for a little bit. Once the fleet's back in port, it should be a lot less expensive for me to have them. Okay, access to lots of upgrades that I can't really afford right now. Fantastic. Guess we upgrade this for now. Switch you over to here. I just need those energy credits pretty badly. Alright. Get that upgraded so we can start upgrading this other stuff. And the basic science lab. There we go. Alright, back in port. So, I do like actually having these torpedo gunships. They deal a lot of damage. It's just that they deal a big amount of burst damage, and then they're kind of useless after that. So I'm probably gonna switch away from having them in my fleets here at this point in time. So we're gonna replace them with just hunter destroyer classes. Let's see here, mass drivers and afterburners. So 30% to the mass driver thing is pretty good in some senses, but in other senses I don't really care because I'm not really going for mass drivers. So being able to have that doesn't matter a ton to me. Alright, let's get the mineral processing plant. That'll increase things by a decent amount. If this was actually in our borders, it would help out, because I could terraform it and not have to have this colonization effect, but I don't mind actually colonizing it right now. It's just I really need to get genetic modification somehow. Okay. Let's get another T-Tov too. Let's get 2 of them. Kind of want to keep our fleets going in strong. Let's go ahead and get the get that. Actually, let's go ahead and get that sooner. I'm not building any. I didn't build any Igases, but that's fine. Okay. I've got to get all the way and survey that. That's kind of crap. Okay.
Research complete.
Okay, I can get a 1-tile research there. That's worth 2 things. Got our mineral processing. Good. I should probably switch it back down to the slower speed. Okay, we could get access to ship hull point ore, or kinetic weapon, or we could do energy weapon. Now we're getting this from trade. That won't last forever, and they might revoke it, but I definitely want the Garanthium because of that. Atmospheric manipulation. This is again not really what I'm after, but let's take it anyway. This does mean that we can fully terraform everything up to the tomb worlds. We can't terraform and some other types, but can colonize quite a few more worlds because of it. Let's get you. Let's go down here. Start surveying these systems after that. Disturbing thought. Old gravity generators that sort of flip gravity. Okay, well, gives us a big chunk of science, but nothing else. That's fine. Get us to these cloud lightning components pretty quickly. My scientist died. Fantastic. Great. I've got no great scientists here. What are we researching? Particles. I don't think there are any particle physicists in here. Fortunately, we've got cheaper scientists right now, so what I can do is I can grab, say, like this one or whatever, and then check the recruitment log, because they should have been replaced. Yes, there's a new one, but the question is how many do I want to spend here, so I'm going to fire this one. Go ahead and recruit you, I guess, and have them kicking around just in case actually one of our current ones bites the dust there. I think I'm going to do one more. Gonna fire you. The other problem is, like, once our scientists start dying, they all tend to start dying. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to probably do is shuffle. So we've got colonization and we've got materials researching. So if I can get a scientist that's doing either of those, then I can send them over there. So yeah, I guess we get this guy over here. And now what we do is have you replace this guy, and then have our remaining scientist switch out over here. So he's just generically talented. And then we can check to see if I got screwed over by having like another scientist after I've done all that manipulating. Nah, computer scientist, okay. So that's fine, I guess. Okay, I've got an absolute ridiculous number of resources already. Not actually, but I'm gonna start building upgrades to all my spaceports. The reason I'm doing this is that they become like, they produce a little bit more of my population cap for naval capacity, so, and they become a little bit more powerful as well. Alright, so what I might want to do is, since I'm getting rid of my light torpedo ships, is to get a torpedo class cruiser capable of taking up the role of dealing big burst damage. I think that could be a good idea for me, but I'm sort of switching away from torpedoes to begin with, of kinetic or sort of explosive weapons to begin with, and sort of focusing more on lasers. So maybe I should actually just build a dedicated laser ship here. So the problem with these is that the corvettes, again, the cruisers do run into the front of the enemy ships here. Now, a single large turret is actually significantly more powerful in most regards than two mediums. I could actually go ahead and check out, though, what two of those interesting new lasers that I've picked up can do, the cloud lasers. Although it doesn't look like I've got those just yet. I thought I finished that, but 1 month away. So
Construction complete.
we'll see how that works out for us. All right, cheaper cruisers. Let's get another. I guess they're so expensive that, like, even though I'm getting discounts and stuff like that to them, ooh, we can get the X-ray laser. Before I can actually do too much with that, though, I do need more power capacity, and the energy nexus and the power plant upgrades are pretty good for that. We'll get the power plant one first. But yeah, that was a really interesting roll, because all three of those techs are ones that I really want. Ah, we got some terraforming liquids over here. And let's see here. Let's slow this down just a little bit. Oh, we've already got terraforming liquids over here too. There's terraforming liquids and there's terraforming gases. I want to see if we've got any terraforming gases if possible. Doesn't look like it right now. Our habitability is already a little bit higher because of this, but it's not really super useful. Okay, where's our other construction ship here? So after that, definitely building a mining station there. Looks like actually we've also got this in our system survey now. So that's really nice.
Research complete.
All right. I think I'm gonna get the basic mass drivers just because it'll cycle through faster that way. Because I just want to cycle this text. None of them were that great. And it's also a material research, so that works well for me. Yeah, it's only 3 months to research that. Okay. I guess we improve our tile yields on this planet just a little bit here. Clear that out. Switch you with anybody, or no? Maybe not. Oh, I might relocate this one actually. Once he's sort of there. Just do a little bit of time with the forced relocations. Alright, let's slow things down again here. Or is it on slow? Yeah, it's on normal speed anyway. Okay. Right, so those are okay. Are we not getting another... Yeah, okay, never mind, actually. Yeah, this planet, actually, we just don't want as many snow foxes as we got on this planet here. Let's go ahead and build a basic science lab. This planet's just crazy covered in foxes, but that's fine, I suppose. It'll cap population pretty soon, and I'm okay with that. Alright, there we go, energy.
Colony established.
And
Research
even
complete.
more energy, perfect. Alright, so these guys. So they should be able to start populating this place up, and it'll be like a world of their own for them to sort of farm on and be happy farming and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and build a basic mine here. Crap. Our leader, our scientist died, like I said. They sort of all die at once, and now we've got nothing but these guys for scientists for some reason. Alright, what are we researching there? It's colonization, techs, okay. I mean, we have got just this random-ass guy that we have available, and we've also got this guy that'll live longer available. I'm just gonna use you as a placeholder for now. Whoops. Okay, right, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so we could also now get the explosive damage improvement, or we could get improved fighter wings and improved bomber wings. I think that right now the improved mining would probably be a good call. Or the improved whatever. Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what we want to do here. I really do feel like, though, we just have to get more science ships. So on over to our spaceport here. You know, I should probably use a different outpost for our construction science ships, but we can't afford another Aegis or anything like that right now anyway, so let's grab that. And around down here, really got nothing left to build here. Nothing important anyway. Okay. I think we save up a little bit and get a couple of the stations for a bit.
Anomaly found.
Oh wow, we're finding quite a lot of these anomalies, and I'm pretty happy with that, but at the same time, it really does slow down our discovery chances.
Construction complete.
Okay, science ship.
Construction complete.
And let's go ahead and grab you, throw you in there, and start sending you out to these sections, I guess. Because look at all the space that we have to survey between our planets. Alright. Now this guy's going to have a higher chance of failure right now than other scientists that I've got, so it's a good idea to let him just discover stuff, anomalies and stuff like that, and gain levels and stuff like that, but not actually do too much in terms of whatever else. Okay. You know, maybe actually I need to upgrade my... maybe part of the reason I was losing so many of these is that I haven't actually properly upgraded these. I don't think I have. Yeah, these guys were a little bit under-leveled, so... let's grab a couple more of those. Let's grab this. Now, I can't actually equip lightning clouds on these guys, which is a bit of a shame, but we can equip things like UV lasers now. But I do like these guys when they've got just swarms of small missiles. I think that works quite well on these guys. Alright, we can also go ahead and upgrade the deflectors, though. Upgrade the plasma engines. This increases their evasion chance, which of course really helps with these types of ships and their survivability. Wouldn't have helped in that last one because they had a lot of missiles, but that works out okay. So yeah, ship hull points, quite a decent okay bonus, but it sort of better stacks with armor. For now this is fine though, I think. Once we get more power output, I can build more powerful power plants here and then probably replace some other stuff. Okay, then our torpedo gunship as well. These are fine, I think. Crystal infused plating, improved deflectors, improved engines, and then cold fusion reactors. There we go. Yeah, that should be fine, actually. Alright, so this would have probably helped a bit in that last fight in terms of losses for those guys. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, honestly, but... Okay, even you guys actually need to be updated. That crystal infused plating there. There we go. Alright, upgrade the T-Dovs. And then let's go ahead and upgrade the Hunters as well. So yeah, we can only build these on medium hardpoints. Let's check the stats on these. The cooldown is 4.35 seconds compared to this, which cools down faster. The damage on this is 1 to 27, so very highly variable damage. 16 to 26. This has a better medium damage, but the tracking on this is 100% and the accuracy is 100%. So this is actually really good for doing the role that I've set this ship out to have. So I think actually we want to go ahead and use the lightning clouds on this particular ship. Then we'll have the 2 missiles, that's fine. And what this does is it makes this ship capable of 100% chance hitting smaller ships. We can go ahead and get in cold fusion reactors. The plasma thrusters being like that are fine. Okay, let's go ahead and grab one more cold fusion reactor. And I think we can get one more improved deflector. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this ship is kind of interesting. It's good for killing the light type of ships that we expect to find right now. And then we can go ahead and build, I think, a bunch of those corvettes now. So I don't feel quite as bad about that now that we've sort of done this. So yeah, we'll just build 3 of the torpedo boats right now.
Construction complete.
Alien barracks.
Situation log updated.
Let's go to... That was the system completed as well. Oh no, it wasn't quite. Okay. I wish there was a way to do this without having to re-queue the whole damn thing that I wanted to do, but... whatever. Honestly, I probably should be using our new exploration ship for the purpose of finishing out those, because it gets it levels. And it is one with a minus failure chance rate, so... I mean, it could be a strong way of doing it.
Construction complete.
Alright, are you heading the right direction? Yes, okay. Let's get this 3. What the hell is our... Okay, so actually I'm going to finish up with this spot here. And instead of going up there, I'm going to have it swing around down here, I guess. Or it doesn't really matter. I kind of need to do both.
Special project complete.
Military theory trait. Okay, that's kind of crap. And we've revealed now Aurelium ore, which gives us plus 15% to our explosives damage. I definitely don't really care much for the kinetic weapons in this game. I don't think that they're particularly good, but that just might be playstyle preference, so I'm going to go ahead and get the antimatter missiles. I'm going to be not using as many missiles as we progress, but they're still a good weapon, and I still want to incorporate them into my fleets. So it's not exactly a terrible thing to have some of that kicking around.
System survey complete.
So I just sort of want to see if we've got any of the Aurelium ore in our empire so far. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it, which is a bit of a shame.
Anomaly found.
A lot of anomalies. Okay.
Construction complete.
Another faction has been founded. That's unfortunate. Who are these guys? Economic Security Initiative. Alright, where are you guys pissed off? Traditional Prosperity. I'm actually going to probably go for that eventually. Just because it will let me get a much larger fleet. Let's get another 4 of these or whatever. Another handful of those, I guess. I should probably actually start looking specifically for planets that have got, alright, solar sail ship. I should probably actually start focusing on looking for planets that have got beryllium on them, because it's usually a fairly common semi-strategic resource. So if we specifically colonize planets that have that resource, that would be a smart idea, I think, for me. They don't have any... Maybe I just don't have very much in this spawn. Nope. Okay, mineral extraction and processing center for the asteroid. Okay, let's go ahead and restore the station. Has 2 military ships. Alright, might as well send the whole strike fleet. I don't really care too much. Well, actually, no, that makes no sense, considering that if I do that, I'll have to spend a ton of money. So let's send 2 of our torpedo gunships for strike force. On you go. And this will save us, I guess, a little bit on upkeep. Yeah, no, we don't have the best in strategic resources so far. As more get revealed, we'll potentially have more, but, like, there's still all this space here that some of it could have spawned in. I find that they are quite rare, though. Alright, you. After there, we're going to send you off to here. Is this the right one? No. Almost sent off the wrong one. Make sure that we're getting these in the right order here. So like that, just so that we keep in positives.
Construction complete.
And then we've got even a little bit more energy over here too, so it's working out okay for us, I guess.
Research complete.
I don't need hyperlane mapping, really. Let's get this one. It'll increase our survey speed more than anything, so that's the most important element to that, honestly. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I've got to find a way to properly... Yeah, I've got to start... This is another goddamn major quest chain. So basically, in my own territory, there's spawned a whole bunch of just random-ass aliens that I can research, and if you do all of that, you get a big chunk of extra resources, but it's a little bit derpy. Good chunk of society research over here. That's pretty good.
System survey complete.
It's actually physics research that I'm starting to fall behind on, which is pretty bad.
Construction complete.
Mining restoration. How long is this going to take, I wonder? It's almost done, actually. Okay. I think this just changed it so that you get an instant mining station around here, but it doesn't really help us since it's not in our borders, so I wonder what's going to happen instead. Maybe nothing. Maybe it just, like, explodes, and I needed to wait until I actually controlled the sector. That would suck, wouldn't it? Would not surprise me, though, at all.
Special project complete.
Launched it into the sun.
Construction complete.
No. Alright, so... Yeah, so that's what happens, I guess, if you do that when you haven't actually done that properly. Oh well.
Research complete.
Alright, we could skip right all the way up to quantum missiles, but that's not too useful for us right now. That's a little bit too expensive, and I don't have the energy requirements for it. So, instead, let's go ahead and bring our ships back here. Let's get some more torpedo gunships. And the CNS Pillar should go and do a research station over here, or a couple research stations, rather. Alright. Now, I might want to go and try and kill this before it ends up in the borders of somebody else's territory, but it matters a lot less now since I've already sort of researched the thing that I would get out of them anyway, so it's kind of less important for me to fight Void Clouds right now. So looking at this fight here, it doesn't look like there's been much border movement, which is pretty good, because I don't want these guys to actually win. They're only superior to us still. It's just you want to avoid letting them become overwhelming, because at that point you're just completely screwed. Okay, I still think that at this point in time, like, our biggest concern is that the AI does tend to build loads of, absolute loads of, corvettes. So if I build a ship that's like this, this ship actually is quite effective against them, so we could do something like that. Some fused plating, cold fusion reactors.
Construction complete.
Signs of battle, okay.
Situation.
We'll deal with that later. I don't actually know if I need quite that much shielding. Looks like so what I can do is actually put some deflectors into these medium points instead. And then I can start throwing in nanocomposites. Zeus class of ship here. Actually, who's our current admiral? We haven't named anyone after our current admiral yet. Fedorov. Okay, so this is the Fedorov. There we go. And we'll start building a couple of those.
System survey complete.
Get us up to the population cap again in one more small ship and then the one large ship. Or one destroyer, one corvette, looks like. Man, I'm doing crap at finding strategic resources. Alright.
System survey complete.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be worried about discovering the other species like super fast. It's just not really that big a priority for me right now. In the meantime, though, what else can we do? Steam Age. They're still just agrarian authoritarians.
Evading hostile fleet.
Where is this? 2.3k of sapphire crystal quintessence. Interesting. Okay. And they're located near a really nice tundra world. Well, I'm gonna wait till we've got a little bit more of our fleet built up here. And then I guess we'll go and try and destroy those crystal entities. I think against them, they don't have shields typically, so we can go ahead and get something like, I don't even know what. Atmospheric manipulation, there we go. Still looking to get some sort of gene manipulation, so I'm gonna go for the cheap one here, centralized command. Alright, I think we go for the Hunter class here, in this case. And then after this we get one more torpedo gunship, so that's what we're going to have for our fleet. Should push us over 3,000 pretty handily. We should be catching up a little bit to our neighbors. We're now equivalent to these guys, so that could be good, that could be bad. It's bad if these guys are equivalent to us and these guys are becoming stronger relative to them, because it could mean that these guys are starting to win the war. But we could take this as an opportunity to swoop in and steal some planets off these guys, potentially. Guarantee revoked. I didn't know I had a guarantee from these guys. Huh. I wonder if that's because we're getting stronger, or why. They're still superior to us, and they're still cordial, and we're still we still have a lot of truces and stuff like that. So I'm not 100% sure what that's about, but you do what you can. But yeah, I really am curious. Like, these guys are rivals. I'm gonna declare a rivalry with these guys. Confirm that. And now we're really gonna have to pay attention to our fleet strength, because this could really go south. Alright, so Sapphire Lurkers. We could get some pretty interesting tech from these guys, if I recall. Sapphire Crystal Quintessences are quite powerful, though. We might get our asses kicked a bit.
Complete.
I might want to do a fleet upgrade again. Like, I just did one, but we can go into the Swarm Mark 1s here and upgrade to the antimatter missiles. So, just have to change around our energy requirements just a little bit here. Go ahead, get a ceramo-metallic armor, and save that. And our torpedo gunship as well can also be upgraded to have the antimatter missiles. Ceramo metal armor, and again, actually I can just upgrade our fusion plant. There we go. So these are minor upgrades, but they might be what we need to actually get through here and beat those guys a little bit more easily. Yeah, so cold fusion reactor there. Couple ceramo metal armors. Then we've got, lastly, the Hunter, which just has to have upgraded antimatter missiles. Once we're no longer fighting very many corvettes, it becomes more sensible for me to start fighting with the lasers, because they're just more damage per second. So that becomes a much stronger option. Alright. This is the one thing that I find a little bit fiddly about this game, is that you constantly are rewriting your ships. Which I'm not a huge fan of that being the case, but it is kind of the way of things. We'll switch to the bomber wing for what we're fighting, since I don't think that we have to have point defenses against those aliens. We'll remove one of the larges, maybe. No, we do want that large still, apparently. Okay. Cold fusion reactor here. So this puts us at plus 15. Okay, I think we're just gonna then slam in ceramo metallics and crystal infused plating. So yeah, I guess it's a pretty tough ship. It's got like 49% damage reduction. So if you're not using lasers against it, it's pretty tough. Its shield's not the greatest, but its hull points are pretty big, so that combines well with the lasers. So that's the, I guess the Fedorov here can just increase the ceramo metallic armor. That's all we need to do with this guy. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty expensive retrofit. 500. Actually, that's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I've had some retrofits cost me like 10,000 or something like that, or over 3,000. Really is probably the most expensive. Still pretty bad, but we do need another of these. So I think for this point we're going to go with the Titov, and then we're going to do a fleet upgrade. Yeah, I would like to gain access to the stuff that these guys are guarding. It's a tundra world, so it's not actually that habitable. It's just that we've got a couple of bonuses to our habitability. So even if it's only a yellow habitability world, we still gain quite a good chunk of that. Excuse me. Yeah, so Third Strike Force is quite powerful at this point in time. quite expensive, I'm guessing, is probably what's going on, because we're still not earning any credits here. Alright, you guys are kind of derping around this planet here.
Complete. Anomaly found.
We're still getting really crappy techs here. What's cheap? Orbital hydroponics? Tile blockers? Tile blockers. Okay, so we'll get rid of that.
Construction complete.
Okay, build both those mining stations, that's fine.
Complete.
Ugh.
Research complete.
Yeah, not 100% sure what I want to be doing here. Okay, you could get improved impulse thrusters, or we could get the coil gun, or we could finally get this material here. Afterburners are such a crappy upgrade, I don't really like getting them. I don't find them that useful. But they can be good in certain contexts. It's just that I'm going for long-range weapons, which don't require the afterburners as much. In fact, arguably the afterburners make long-range fleets a little bit worse. Okay, gonna need this stuff here. Just delaying our upgrades and delaying us fighting that stuff, but what can you do? Yeah, so, Third Strike Fleet, 3.2k firepower. We'll see how this upgrades. We'll queue it up, but a toy factory. Adds an alien toy factory to Teriok Ia. What? There are structures on Teriok Ia, though most are less than ruins and more akin to rubble. The CNS Pathfinder's initial pass of the planet reveals only one building, seemingly spared whatever calamity robbed Teriok Ia of its buildings and builders alike. Turning plastic polymers into mute objects of uncertain but possibly ornamental purpose. Huh. That's an interesting one. Where the hell was that? That's this. All it does is produce one culture. That's really crappy. That's so sad. Like, I would have thought that just finding a spontaneous toy factory in a society like that would be a big discovery. Because you could have alien toys. Imagine finding, like, an alien toy factory that just gives you toys. That's, that really makes me sad that that's not actually more impressive considered... Or not considered to be more impressive. Oh well. It's like they don't think games are worthwhile, but, you know, this is a game I'm playing that they made. You'd think that they'd prioritize games a little bit higher, but no, apparently not. Okay. So our energy production is still in the crapper. Do I have any upgrades for that? I've got some, looks like. 3, all that.
Construction complete.
Okay, so that helps. Yeah, look at it. We're actually in negative, and now one of our scientists has died. Fantastic. Scientist on the Pathfinder has died. Have we got any spares kicking around? No, we don't. We'll have to recruit someone. This is really crappy. Okay, let's take you for now. Throw you on there and just have you keep exploring, I guess. I don't know. I kind of don't want to survey the system as much with these guys because, you know, I am missing out on that really good bonus that I had from my scientists earlier of finding more anomalies. So the fact that I can't get that again is just sort of hurting. Alright, we can get another good scientist, though, to replace one of the crappy scientists here, so let's go ahead and recruit that. Alright, which one of you guys is crappy? You're crappy. Alright, done. This one's also crappy. Oh, wait, we accidentally switched that. Yeah, this one was also crappy. Why don't we go ahead and see if we can recruit another one here? Not really, damn. Okay, well, whatever we currently have is kind of fine. I think we'll go with the older one because they at least get a bonus when they're doing this, so... I need to research more, leader slots. You can actually get more leaders in this game. If you get the tech for it. Okay. nothing else on this planet can produce energy. Got people fleeing from this colony, that's fine, whatever.
System survey complete.
Okay. At least our food production's okay. That's about all we can do there. Oops. Okay, I think I accidentally unqueued our repairs for or upgrade for this fleet. Still have to wait till that kicks in, but that's fine. Alpine world with 25% habitability or 25 rating habitability. What's this ping here, I wonder? Alright, Polytechnic Institution, we now have leaders that have more talent from the start there. We've got unemployment on this planet, apparently. Let's just rotate you with that guy. Might as well just get a little bit more energy production here. It really doesn't make a difference. I could also make this a military recruitment planet actually. That might be not a terrible idea. Nah, I better get the power plant for now. We'll get the other stuff later. Come on, game. Give me something I can do for, I just need a little bit of genetic engineering so I can get these planets before they nuke themselves into annihilation. That's all I want. Alright, after this mining station, let's go ahead and get these ones.
Research complete.
It's not perfect, but... Alright, even cheaper combat, or whatever. I'm not really using assist research right now. I don't need it. The 3 exploration ships going out and exploring everything is actually quite a bit more powerful. Right now, anyway. I keep building stuff. I need to stop doing that. Well, whatever. Let's just go ahead and hit fastest until I get to that. If I hit fastest, I won't be able to build anything in time. Damn it. Okay. Survey that, and then that. I probably should just queue like 1 or 2 at a time. Actually, I've got automated exploration now. I do want to prioritize those ones actually, because I want to make sure that we're doing the ones that are in our borders.
Special project complete.
Yeah, so we're just surveying the specimens that exist within our empire, and we get a lot of research off of it. So that'll let us clear out these tile blockers, I guess, a lot faster, which is nice, but other than that, it doesn't do a whole ton for us. Got 1 more tick and then we'll have spent it on upgrades. There we go. And there goes all my money.
Anomaly found.
Losing all your money kind of sucks, but it's for a good cause, so that's fine. Let's build that mining station there, I think. Oh, terraforming gases. So we can get the full 50% reduction to terraforming cost, which is amazingly good. Okay, god damn it. Alright, I did say I needed more leaders, so I guess we picked this one. Increases our leader capacity by 2 and the number that we can draw from by 1. Ancient Life Pod, that one's kind of crap, it just gives us more society research, but we're trying to get through society research really quickly so we can get cloning. If we can find it. Sometimes you just can't. Alright, we could get the Devastator torpedoes. Plasteel armor is really cheap, and it's a pretty good upgrade, so I think we'll go for that right now. How much longer till you guys have finished upgrading? Looks like they're almost done, actually. So we go from 3,305...
Ships upgraded.
3,937 now. That's a pretty big jump. Alright, let's send you guys off over to here and see how you perform. I want to see this.
Construction complete.
Alright, no energy. Ah, that place has lots of energy and has that terraforming gas. Definitely going to be a priority after we finish what we're doing there. Okay, so Sapphire Lurkers.
Complete.
I think there's another grade of crystal armor that you can get. Crystal forged plates or something like that. They're significantly more powerful than the ones that I've already got. So, might be possible for us to get a lot more power out of them. Out of that. Well, either way. I'm not really doing too well on Unity, honestly. This is probably one of my lower rates of Unity I've played. Like, I like having a lot of it, so... More society research, fine.
Special project complete.
I'm blazing through society research so fast because of this. I'm not actually even sure how it calculates, because it doesn't seem to add directly to these. It's kind of weird. Alright, so... Revert down to normal speed, and let's do this attack and see how this works out for us. So, Sapphire Lurkers, you don't really need kinetic weaponry against them because they don't have any sort of shielding system. But they do have some armor, so yeah, they've got 29% damage resistance check. They've got quite a lot of military power, all in all. But fortunately, our torpedoes and our missiles all deal a little bit of ignore damage. Or ignore a little bit. I think we also managed to switch over to the bombers here, so... Did I remember to switch over to bombers? I think I did. I hope I did. This fleet is absolutely throwing out a ton of firepower, though, towards my cruisers at the front there. Actually, no, they're destroying mostly our corvettes. I should probably check this off here. Damn it. Still. Alright, Heritage Site upgrade, because it's cheap. I think part of the problem here is that their cruiser tier ships are absolutely shredding us apart. Looks like we're winning the fight, though, all in all, I would say. We have got some of those high-power lasers. Yeah, they're just destroying all our corvettes again. I think I will try switching off to a completely corvette-free composition at this point in time. They're just too fragile until I can get much higher dodge chances, and I think these guys seem to have... Actually, no, they do seem to be missing some of their shots, so they don't have a 100% hit rate. These are like the toughest of the Sapphire Lurkers that I've ever encountered personally, of these cruiser tier ones. Alright, we got their destroyers. This means that their cruisers are going down a lot faster all of a sudden, so... That did absolutely demolish my fleet, though. Against the skeleton. I'll deal with that later.
Situation log updated.
Okay. Let's get you to actually come down and check this first. Then you can go back and survey that stuff. Alright. So, absolutely devastating to my fleet composition. Our upkeep is a lot lower now, but yeah, no, that absolutely crushed our fleets. Start getting some Federovs. I think that might help a bit. Just in terms of raw firepower, keeping us up there. Yeah, I don't really have a great reference for what I should be doing with this construction right now. Like, there's so many of these spots that have, like, 2 production or whatever, but right now that's just kind of unfeasible. Build a research station for now, I think. On the plus side, like, losing all those ships does mean I'm earning more money now, so I guess that's a positive silver lining, you know. So anyway, that was a look at our new fleets. It didn't do quite superbly, but that wasn't actually that far off of our fleet force limit that we were fighting up against. So it's not like I should have been expecting our fleet to just roll over them and instantly win. But heritage sites. Leader lifespan. We do need this one. This is going to lead us towards gene therapy, so fairly good research tech to have. And let's go ahead and just check something here. Yeah, we've got another Engos Vapor I could claim and then try and trade away. Wondering if that's worth it. Probably not right now, honestly. Alright, let's just automate. Don't know why it's jumping this far for its automatic research route, but I guess that's fine. So, just want to slowly look around our empire a little bit here and see if we've got any of those blue crystals in it. I did research the tech that grants me vision of those. I don't see any right now. Just a little bit unfortunate. Okay. So the Fedorovs are quite a bit cheaper than Aegis's. I did get the strike bombers on Aegis, right? Yeah, that is basic bomber wings. They don't actually deal a tremendous amount of damage. Part of the problem with that fleet composition going in there is that I don't need point defenses against those particular aliens. It's just that, you know, it's expensive to completely retrofit every single time you fight a new group of aliens or whatever, so quite often I just try to get in there and do the work, but might have been a bad idea in this case. We're going to continue to build Hunter class, I think. Okay. And I should probably go ahead and grab another construction ship at some point soon. Well, no, actually, because we've got ones that I'm still not sure what I should be doing with, so. Okay. Yeah, so this planet looks pretty good in some respects. I don't know why it's green for habitability. I think it's 70% or something right now. Might be. Should be. So we could definitely send a colony ship out to there if we wanted to. Early space age again. Out here. The last one that we encountered nuked themselves out of existence. What have these guys got for trait? They're industrious, they're good at producing minerals, they are wasteful, so they use up those minerals, and they're strong. So these guys are a little bit like proles. Okay, again, not great researches. I'm going to go ahead and get the Teldar crystal mining just because it's cheap and it'll let us sort of cycle through faster. Regenerative hull tissue and a bunch of other research. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately we didn't get anything too good off of those guys, but we kind of got what we were allowed to get off them, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade this. Consolidate these guys together. Actually, I did lose a bunch of destroyers in that last clash there. Alright, we'll get a mix of hunters and Titovs. Get back up to our force limit before someone declares war on us and crushes us looking like some kind of tiny insect or something like that. Okay, so gonna build a frontier outpost out here. It'll get us a decent cluster of resources, I think. Maybe not there, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll hold off on that, actually. I don't really have a great reason to get any of that there. Just build a mining station. I'm not going to get a ton off of that, but it's better than nothing right now. Meanwhile, I've kind of neglected our planetary surfaces, so I should probably upgrade a bunch of those. Like, I think I can upgrade a lot of our capital buildings, for example, and they're expensive as all get out to upgrade. Oh crap, another election. Okay. Orbital researcher, that's fine. Alright, we'll support one more time here. Get that a little bit more likely. And we'll stop doing any sort of research for the time being, or research orbital things. Okay. Ah, crap. I'm not keeping up with our construction at all, am I? Alright. My question is, when did a bunch of snow foxes emigrate to this planet? Kind of a little bit odd. I sort of had set this aside mostly for these guys, but I guess that emigration does sort of happen.
Construction complete.
Let's see here.
Anomaly found.
Okay. Well, let's check the cost of terraforming now. We've sort of got the full reduction that you can get from items. Once we get into prosperity, though, we can cheapen it even further. By quite a lot, too. So the terraform cost from here to an Arctic world would cost us... Oops, cancel. Arctic world cost 1,000 energy. That's a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. We can actually decrease that a lot further, though. Our trade deal has run out. Fantastic.
System survey.
Re-elected. Perfect. Our new mandate is the research one again, so we're fine with simply rehashing that same thing and just going around finishing up some research that I have been leaving behind. If I've got enough, actually. I don't know if I've left enough.
Construction complete.
Probably have. But anyway, I think we're going to call this an episode. We've gotten quite a lot done. Managed to clear out our space of like random alien bits pretty well, but still a lot left to do, and I'm still quite worried about these guys on our borders here. So, yeah, we're going to be a little bit scared of our local friendlies over here. We're still equivalent to these guys, but are these guys now just superior, actually? Okay, that's pretty good. And our fleet got crushed, so the fact that they're still only, that they're no longer crushingly better than us is pretty great considering. Just need to find some research for these guys to do. Oh, do I not have enough research that I can make? Well, anyway. Yeah, that's our episode for today. I hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.